There are a lot of different diets out there, but the reality is when you think about what really works in nutrition, and we're talking about general health and weight loss here, there are some basic fundamental principles that apply pretty much to any effective diet. And the reason I was thinking about this recently, we had a client who went to kind of an exclusive weight loss clinic recently, and she sort of showed us the basic diet plan that was being followed. And it really wasn't rocket science. It was stuff that, is very, very basic, but sometimes it just takes a certain messenger, a certain person, or a certain clinic to kind of tell you what to do for you to have that trust and actually be ready to follow through. In any case, here are kind of the basic things that you generally want to think about. When I think about the type of diet that people have really good success with, it's going to be something similar to the paleo diet, for example, where you are basically eliminating all processed foods. You're eating mainly meats, lots of vegetables, etc. This is very similar to Tim Ferriss's slow carb diet, where again you are eliminating white carbs. You're trying to eat meat and vegetables and beans and eliminate processed foods. It's also very similar to, if you've read Michael Pollan's In Defense of Food, he summarizes it very succinctly. He says, eat food, meaning real food, unprocessed food, not too much, and mainly vegetables, right? A lot of these people are getting onto the same thing, that if you can really focus on having higher quality foods, not necessarily weighing and measuring things or really focusing on the minutia, but getting rid of processed foods, of sugars, eating lots of vegetables, colorful, roughage type vegetables, and having some lean proteins, you're going to do really, really well. And this is going to work for 99% of people based upon their goals for, again, general health and weight loss. So those are the basics of really just a good general healthy eating plan, and you could look up any of those diets and get the fundamentals and just follow through and execute on that. The reality is that there are no shortcuts when it comes to eating, and I'm probably not the first person to say that, but you just need to follow these basic life practices consistently day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out, and eventually you're going to accumulate more and more progress, and you're going to feel better and better and better. Now, what these diets don't always help with is the implementation side. So you're still going to need some strategies to make it easier in your life to not mess up, basically. You're going to need some meal prep. You're going to need some planning ahead. You're going to need to understand which foods actually fit in that diet and which foods don't, and kind of do a little bit of digging. And sometimes you're going to need to figure out some of your own kind of bullshit that gets in the way of being consistent, where you maybe self-sabotage a little bit or do some other things that don't really help you get to where you wanted to go. So those diet principles don't really help with the implementation side, but if you can get a handle on a few ways to make it a little simpler and easier to stay consistent and follow those basic guidelines that are common across almost all successful diets, you're going to be in really good shape. If you have any questions about that, or maybe questions about a specific diet, don't be afraid to put some comments below, and I'll see if I can help you out.